fall in your ways, so you can crumble. Fall in your ways, so you can sleep at night. Fall in your ways, so you can wake up and rise. Walk in your ways, so you won't crumble. Walk in your ways, so you can sleep at night. Walk in your ways, so you can wake up and rise.
That's how they was treating the people from New Orleans. They treated us like shit. Like we wasn't nothing, like we was dirty. They really treated us bad. Bitch, we had to sleep in cars and churches and it was fucked up. It was really horrible. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Nobody phones and stuff was working. It was so bad. Like I was like, why? I was crying so much. Like that's all I knew how to do was cry. Bitch, we didn't know where my brothers was at because they didn't evacuate. That really traumatized me. It really did. You just take little stuff for granted. You just take it for granted. When it's gone, it's like gone. I never fathomed that it would be like this. I thought we was about to go, come right back. I could just cry thinking about it.
A wise man once told me, at some point in life we all have to face a storm. Some smaller than others. Some as big as hurricanes. Sometimes you're prepared. Sometimes you ain't.
A day in August.
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 It's A Day in August by the lovely Reis Armstrong.
I wrote A Day in August when I was 16 years old, so it was like 2006, I think. And first it was a movie format, like in a screenplay. And I never even thought to turn it into a novel. For one, I was lazy. That's just what it was. I was lazy and I just didn't want to do the extra work. But when I was in Spain, I was backpacking for a while and times was getting rough. And I was like, yo, how can I make some money? Like, what can I do to make money while I'm abroad so I don't have to go back home? And I was like, I had this screenplay here, and if I turn it into a novel, maybe I can make some money off of it. And so I did that. I put it into like a Kindle format, and I released it on Amazon. Next thing I know, it was like through the roof, and I was like, shit, this is really happening right now, and it just took off. So it was very unexpected, but I'm grateful nonetheless.
So my book is available. My book is available on Kindle. And I didn't expect it to be available so soon. But look, y'all, it's really here. A Day in August, Reis Armstrong. That shit is crazy. I really have a fucking book. Look. Hey, guess what, bro? What? My fucking book is on Kindle.
I'm recording this moment.
Bruh, she just pulled it up. I cannot believe that shit. I don't know why it's in black. Well, I guess it's in because it's.
I got it for free too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Love the support.
Yeah, and Reis is not
so
getting
supportive.
any
Right. Meanwhile, I'm
free?
starving.
I don't know where you have Kindle. It's free.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Then I left Spain and then I went to Singapore because I have family out there. I have two aunt and an uncle and 2 cousins, and they've been out there for like the past 2-3 years. So I went out there to just, my backpacking journey, and I think it was my aunt's idea. She wanted to do like a ask the author type of situation where her and the family would just ask me questions, in like a conversational setting, and it was dope. It was pretty dope. It was dope. I loved it.
Hi, I'm Latasha Gillespie, and my family and I would like to invite you into our living room discussion with author Reis Armstrong on his debut book, A Day in August. Sit back for an intriguing conversation.
Whenever you're ready.
Take 5.
Take 4.
Whatever. If anybody think they can do it better, I'll welcome you.
Hey, welcome to a day in watching this.
Hi, I'm Latasha Gillespie, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to a book review with author Reis Armstrong. Oh shit.
Well, can't you cut that out though?
Nah.
You can't. No.
Blooper.
Yeah.
Cut 2?
Yep. Welcome to Singapore. I'm Latasha Gillespie, and today we will be hosting a discussion with author Reis Armstrong on his debut book, A Day in August. So sit back and wait to be intrigued by this conversation.
Because first they had people in the Superdome, then they had put them in the convention centers, and they were supposed to come rescue them. They were supposed to have buses. They had no electricity. People was having like heat strokes and dying from hunger. I cried for them people every fucking day. I just was like, what's taking them so long to come get them? They just left from there, and there's people dying. Left from there, they left from there, Reis. To die like they was animals, like fuck them. And that's why Kanye West went off on the little telethon. Cause he was like, George Bush don't care about black people. He didn't. They ain't do nothing for them people. Them people just sat there and they rotted and they died. Like, I was crying so much. Like, that's all I knew how to do was cry. And I remember I finally got in touch with one of my friends.
So Reis, again, welcome to Singapore. We're excited to have this conversation. The wonderful thing about this book was it was a great read for our whole family. So as adult readers, as teenage readers, we all found that we could get into the conversation and discussion, and the book was relevant to both age groups. So congratulations on creating a crossover book, your first novel.
Yes.
So we were all dying to know, what was the inspiration for this book?
Well, when I was 16, I think that's when Hurricane Katrina happened, and I was living in Houston, Texas then, and so we got like the first wave of all the New Orleans natives coming to Houston after Katrina had happened. To be so young and to have to go through something like that and still be able to enjoy life, it was inspirational to me.
Would you associate yourself with Louis?
Absolutely, because this is my first actual novel, so I had nothing to pull from but my own family inspiration. So a lot of the characters within the book are very similar to people in my close immediate family. I got more into it that way by becoming Louis. And even his mother, Desiree. To a certain extent, that's my mom in a nutshell. The good and the bad, you know. Where I'm from, where you Where I'm from, where I'm from, where you from, where I'm from.
Where I'm from, we burn sage and call upon the ancestors to keep the bad spirits out. And we build our homes on 2 feet of stone to keep the flood waters out. We yell like Africans and Indians when parade season comes about. Most of our last names end in EUX, and little girls start having SCX at 12. Where I'm from, you get it how you live, cause these housing projects get the best of our kids. Where I'm from, the NOPD is so out of order, and yes, they would deliberately flood the 9 wards to save the French quarters. Where I'm from, babies to old folks perform curses. Lil Wayne and Juvenile wrote verses to make it out of where I'm from. We have our own lingo, our own slang. And if you're from Hollygrove, the Magnolia is the place you just don't hang. The Mississippi curves through, and the city that once was golden has now turned blue. Catch that. We gave birth to a baby named Jazz, and Louis Armstrong had a house in the Place, the place that Bush forgot, the place that used to put slaves on the auction block. Take it from your mama on that auction block, but we still wobbity wobbity wop, drop it like it's hot. Where I'm from, having flood insurance is a smart move, and it ain't called the swamps, baby, it's the bayou. And I was by you when you called us refugees. So please fall back, soldier, cause where I'm from, above the ground lies the caskets, and our homes are reminiscent of the French and West Africans. We stick needles into voodoo dolls and go to DJs looking for new bras. Where I'm from, low income destruction was the plan, and we eat real gumbo, baby, we don't eat no Zatarans. Where I'm from, water brushing against the levees is like a song, and even through it all, we still let the good times roll.
Earlier, you said the characters were, inspirations from people in your immediate family. What about Louis' friends?
Jazz, well, he was many people into one, but mostly he was a cousin of mine named Josh. And we grew up very close, and to this day we're still close.
The part I really like is when he gets to the school, and Dominique comes and introduces herself to them. Even though they came from the same place, they haven't known each other.
Right.
And ever since that, it's like they became friends, and we're like a brother and sister to each other.
And that's truly how I seen a few of their relationships develop, was because they came from the same place and they were in this big tragedy together. So it was an automatic bond, automatic connection that you just got without having to speak 2 words to each other.
Naturally, home in New Orleans, there are 2 people who probably would never, if they cross paths, probably would not have 2 words for each other.
Absolutely.
Being that we're in a different situation, we are family because our connection is the NO, it's New Orleans. So now, whatever happened, it didn't matter what ward you lived in now, we're here.
I'm weary of the ways of the world. Weary by the ways of the world. Weary by the ways of the world. With my face in the world.
We had just started school. I didn't go to school on the first day, so I went the second day. And then I remember me and all my friends, every day for the first day of school, we was like, we're gonna have a pair of G-Nikes, and we was gonna have braids in our hair. And then that night was supposed to be the game. Then it was that Friday. We thought we was coming right back. All I had with me was my Kohans, some jeans, and maybe 2 shirts. We didn't have nothing. And then that was it. That was all of my senior year, with my friends. That was the last time that we was all together.
Where does it leave you? When do you belong? Oh, I do.
Even when they had the little bad situation where in the courtyard, where they got the brawling, the fight taking place, and it was Houston versus New Orleans.
So the chants that they did before the fights in the book, were those real chants or did they have something similar?
That was true. It was a Mike Jones song. I think they revamped. It was like back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot, you all on me. That was a song back then. So, but the Houstonians took it and said, back then you had home. Now you're living in the Astrodome.
Yeah.
Now that was a real thing. And Mike Jones is from Houston, so it was a big thing in Houston. That saying, that chant. True story.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I have several, but if I had to choose one, it was the storyline of Louis and his father. Throughout the book, I was like, OMG, that was brilliant.
The part of the book that I liked the most was when Louis talks about his feelings for Monroe. There's one particular quote that I really, really like. We're just two people from two different sides of the tracks. We decided to meet in the middle, and somewhere in the line, we fell in love.
So we were all sharing our favorite parts of the book, and so question for you is, what was your favorite part of the book looking back?
When they reunited. When the moment when she first realized it was him and he was still alive.
Yeah.
And it was like nothing else mattered, not her boyfriend, not nothing. That was my favorite part.
As I watch my feet take turns here.
I'm a fool for soulmates and twin flames, and even if we haven't experienced that type of love, many people wish to experience that. You had this beautiful romanticism of these soulmates, Monroe and Louis, facing a tragedy. It was devastating tragedy.
To be able to create this beautiful love story in the midst of this tragedy was amazing. To be able to kind of take your mind away from the tragedy that was going on and view it from a romantic standpoint, a truly great thing for me. The dialogue was authentic, their emotions were authentic, the emotions that the characters evoke in the readers is authentic.
And even Monroe is inspired by a girl who should remain nameless.
Has she read the book?
I don't know, actually. I haven't spoken to her in years, so I don't know.
So she doesn't know.
But we follow each other on social media, so yeah.
So some of that was not just fictional, sneaking in Monroe's house late at night.
That wasn't my story. That was probably my mom's story and my dad's story. I just put it into my own.
My first love, I met him at West Jeff. I would have never met him if it wasn't for the hurricane. And I remember the first day I saw him, it was October 3rd, 2005. I remember the first day I met him. We fell in love.
Okay, I can see everything else except for when Louis went back on his own to New Orleans, took the grandparents' car, drove back to New Orleans, and nobody ever showed up looking for him. My grandma and grandpa never came looking for him. I was like, okay.
And for the weekend, I can get it.
But it turned into like, what, a month?
A month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to paint the picture of the extremes that someone may go to if they really love someone that deeply.
So having an 18-year-old, as a parent, I found that part, like, I don't know if I could have just sat back and waited for a whole month for him to come back.
Right, but keep in mind, what would you have done? Because there was no means of communication. You know, and this is also a time where people were still trying to find their family members.
Yeah.
It was easy to escape in a sense. Like, phone numbers had changed. No lines were working at all from New Orleans. So that's why they lost communication. So it was like a perfect time because it was easy to get away and not be found.
Yeah, it was real scary. You could just go outside, you just saw tanks, armies, just patrolling streets all night. It was terrifying. It really was, especially at nighttime, but we would just kind of look out the window. No grocery stores open.
So how was y'all getting food?
They had like little places set up, you know, the little army places we used to have to go walk down. And they had army people like walking up and down the streets like every day. They had tanks. Can you imagine army like tanks, people with big ass fucking guns just like surveilling the streets? It was crazy. They had checkpoints everywhere. If you went anywhere, they searching your car, they asking for IDs, and like a third world country. That's how this was. Like a third world country.
Whenever, wherever, whatever.
Second line, I learned a lot about that. Like, I didn't realize why it got its name. I didn't realize it had a name, how it got its name, and the fact that it went all day and all of that. I thought that was pretty cool.
What is second lining? I know outsiders, when you see, you know, New Orleans natives dancing in the street, we probably look crazy to y'all. It's all good. But at the end of the day, it's a celebratory experience, no matter what the circumstances are. You know, when I think about second lining, I instantly think about Frankie Beverly featuring Maze, Joy and Pain. They say joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. They're both one and the same. And that's true. You know, it doesn't matter if we celebrating the union of husband and wife, or if we're celebrating the life and honoring the passing of a loved one. Baby, we don't have to know the husband, we don't got to know the wife, and we doggone sure don't got to know the person that passed. But you second line past us, we joining in. It's the one time, one of the few times we all can get together and be free in movement, be free in our creativity, be free in our connection. It's a connection to source. It's a connection to our ancestors. It is joyous, even in the pain. It's inspiring. You know, there's been so many young kids who grew up watching the musicians who are part of the front line of second lining, and it changed their lives. They picked up an instrument because of second lining. You know, there's a mother who lost her son due to reckless violence, and in that moment she found some type of serenity and peace because she knew that, you know, she was sending her child off in a good way despite the circumstances. It's a time where we're on one accord, and it's healing. We're sending up the utmost vibration, and the intention in it all is to celebrate life.
First and foremost, I just want to really thank y'all for coming out here, especially to the folks who traveled to be here for me. My Auntie Vaughn, my dad's sister, my Auntie Ronnie, my dad's sister. Whoever traveled, I thank y'all, all of y'all.
Yes, yes indeed.
I really do, because it's been a long time coming with this story. I wrote it when I was 16 years old. I was a kid, really. So even though I know I could write, it was easy for me to write a movie because it was less words and it was shorter, it was quicker, right? But with the book, I had to like take my time.
So when did you figure out that you were a writer?
2 years ago, honestly, because
Whoa,
honestly,
dope.
When I first started writing the book, I've always, you know, written things,
of course.
but I was also into like music and sewing and making clothes and everything else under the sun. So 2 years ago, that's when I decided to become a writer and fully pursue it. I said the same shit for 6 minutes straight. Ma'am, how you doing today? Find everything okay? And somehow I still wound up with a customer complaint. Man, bruh, restraint. Because I would not shave off my mustache so that I can better fit into corporate America. Contrary to popular belief, that have nothing to do with my character. So white folks always want to compare and stare at you as if they intimidated by your flavor. But chill, Miss Anglo-Saxon, don't blame my style and all your disasters and distractions. I'm sick of punching this damn clock. And we rock locks because we already chemically imbalanced. We don't need nothing in our head that Madam Teacher Walker established. They like when they said that my queens are the fabulous with the firm. Word? So you mean I gotta keep a clean cut, pronounce all my syllables, change my name to rock and leave alone the hip hop and instrumentals, and no mess with Mary Sue, cause jungle fever could be detrimental. Wear a 3-piece suit just to prove to you that I'm educated? Nah, y'all can have that while I grab back my dignity. And nigga, long as you're still breathing, it ain't too late for an epiphany. Now I ain't no killer, but I would slaughter you motherfuckers lyrically. Trust me.
Come on.
And I don't mean with your SATs and your ACTs, and forget your degrees for that matter. I ain't planned on being conservative and climbing up that ladder. I'm sick of punching this damn clock, and I'm gonna knock the shit out the next chick that come through my line asking for a 10 and 2-5, giving specifics. Trick, fuck you and those statistics, cause I beat them.
Come on.
And all the things that I have, I'm gonna reach them. With or without your solid made loans and federal Pell Grants. All I need is guidance from God and assistance from my ex. So get me out this damn box. I'm sick of punching this damn clock. My spirit is too free to be tied down. Come on now. You know
it is.
I do what I want, where I want, and without your permission. Potential to conformity, 25, 50, 75, 99, era. I'll never to be a modern day slave, so I'll leave that for you, Uncle Times. Cause I'm Harriet Tubman Brave. I'm a self-made nigga on a self-made.
Come on.
Out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clocking out.
Bye.
My senior year started to get better. A lot of my friends started coming home, so we eventually did get to graduate together. And I just was thinking, like, I'm so happy to be home. It either change you for the worse or change you for the better. And I feel like after the hurricane, the murders and stuff increased because psychologically that fucked with a lot of people, like mentally. A lot of people lost their family members. You know, a lot of people couldn't swim. I really think that all black people need to learn how to swim. A lot of people drowned. And you know what? I really do think that stuff was purposely done to me. I feel like, especially in the Ninth Ward, because that's where the poorest people live. You know, it was high in crime in the Ninth Ward. People still haven't healed from that. People are still dealing with that. You know, I just almost teared up thinking about it. And my experience wasn't even as bad as a lot of other people's was. And I think Katrina woke a lot of people up. Because now, you know, a lot of people are evacuating it. Next time, like a hurricane come, I just hope that everybody is like better prepared. Everybody made their way home eventually. That's just what happened for her. That was my Katrina experience.
It genuinely did bring tears to my eyes. You could feel the emotion, you could feel the passion, you could feel the bond of a family. It's something that is really heartwarming.
This is an amazing novel. I witnessed this novel come to birth. It's a good read. I'm not saying that because I'm his mother. I'm saying that his creative genius really came to light. You would be full of emotion. I was sad, I cried, I laughed, I danced, I was angry. To give me such a vivid picture of a devastation, but to also enjoy the story and you know, just be able to feel all sorts of emotion is just brilliant.
He did not write the story based off of speculation or what he thought might have happened or what he thought people felt. We lived it. It is what happened. It is what we felt.
To put together a story like this with such great emotion and detail, you know this resonates with someone out there who was a victim of this U.S. tragedy.
And it don't matter what you're going through in life. There's always cause for celebration.
And on that note, I'm not going to say any more except for get a day in August.
New Orleans is home.
Absolutely. Whenever I say I'm going home, I'm going to New Orleans. That's where all my best friends are. That's where my family is, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. It's home, point blank period.
All yours.
Stand by me. No matter who you are, no matter where you go in life, you're gonna need somebody to stand by you. No matter how much money you got, how powerful you can be, you're gonna need stand by you. Well, the night has come and the land dark, and that moon is the only light we see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed a tear just as long you people here standing by me.